Ancient rabbis reveal the identity of Messiah. The concept of a suffering Messiah appears in rabbinic literature, often interpreted as Messiah ben Yosef, Messiah son of Joseph, distinct from Messiah ben David, Messiah son of David. The idea is derived from texts like Isaiah 53 and Zechariah 12:10, which describe a figure associated with suffering and atonement. Below are some notable rabbinic quotes and references. Talmudic and Midrashic sources. Babylonian Talmud, Sanhedrin 98b. The Talmud discusses the Messiah's name and his role as a sufferer. What is his name? The leper scholar, as it is written, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God and afflicted." Isaiah 53:4. Midrash Rabbah on Genesis 35, verse 21. The Messiah is called Ben Ephraim, another name for Messiah ben Yosef, and is portrayed as a figure who suffers for Israel's sins. Pesikta Rabbati 36. Messiah ben Yosef suffers and dies in battle against the enemies of Israel. The fathers of the world, the patriarchs, will come and say to him, "Ephraim, our true Messiah," and he will say to them, "I took upon myself the guilt of your sins." Midrash Tanhuma, Vayigash 6. A reference to the Messiah suffering for the redemption of Israel. He, Messiah ben Yosef, shall be killed, as it is written, "They will mourn for him as one mourns for an only son." Zechariah 12:10. 5. Yalkut Shimoni on Isaiah 60, verse 1. It discusses the trials and suffering the Messiah endures. The Messiah, of whom it is said, "He was wounded for our transgressions," Isaiah 53, verse 5, endures affliction to bring redemption. Targum Jonathan on Zechariah 12:10, an interpretation of the pierced one as the Messiah. "They shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him." Midrash on Psalms 22 links the Psalm's description of suffering to the Messiah. my God, why have you forsaken me?" is interpreted as the Messiah's lament during his afflictions. Key themes. First, atonement. The suffering of Messiah ben Yosef is often linked to the concept of atoning for Israel's sins. Second, martyrdom. The suffering Messiah sometimes dies, fulfilling prophecies of redemption through his death. And third, dual Messiah's rabbinic tradition often distinguishes between Messiah ben Yosef, the suffering Messiah, and Messiah ben David, the triumphant king. These rabbinic quotes prove that a suffering Messiah did not begin in the New Testament, but is an ancient Jewish concept. Rabbi Tovia Singer is completely wrong in his theology, claiming this was invented in the New Testament.